I was psyched when I saw this come through. Someone requested us to do a design challenge for Pat Flynn's Smart Passive Income podcast, which big fan of the podcast, big fan of Pat. He's local to San Diego, and so this was a fun one to do. And I was pretty happy with how it turned out. So the biggest challenges I saw going in, there's just a few things. I mean, this is a custom website, so there's a few things that just aren't pod page specific. Like we don't have buttons like this, but it's a cool idea. We don't have like a way to put a badge here. We have featured episodes that they're not this exact format. What's interesting is it looks like they use custom images for just the featured episodes section. So if I go to like this is the page for that, but that image isn't on here, and it's not the podcast artwork image. So it's little things like that is what kind of makes it harder to do. But it's cool to see that how this works. They have the interesting section on their homepage for search, and I really like that. I might steal that and add that to Podpage at some point. And then the recent episodes section, I think is cool because it's all text, and it doesn't have like big images, but it's got big text, and I think it's just a neat way of listing the images. And then you've got the stuff at the bottom. So again, these design challenges are meant to be 15 minutes, really quick. Get to close to this without using any custom code. And so here's where we ended up. You can see if I switch between the two, it's pretty close. Our buttons are a little different. Although, you know what? I think I can, let's just do this right live. Since we designed this page, we've added a couple things. I'm going to go to the podcast player links. I'm going to remove the RSS feed. He has a lot of links, and this it's the kind of thing like when we do these design challenges, the goal isn't to be perfect because I don't want to have to go and find all his links so it looks exactly like it. So he has all his links here. So we don't have them all. We have the ones that we can automatically find. But obviously, if someone were to take this page over, they could go and they could fix it all up. But what we can do is we can change these buttons in the header that are just the icons. We can turn them more to buttons. And again, it won't be the same, but it will be a little bit closer. So we can actually move it here. All right, so it's not the same because if you look at his, it's these black. This is just this button style doesn't really mesh with. It's just kind of a different way of doing it. This would have to be custom work for us. But anyway, besides that, I think it looks pretty good. The text, the fonts are a little different. And if someone wanted to, they could use custom code and they can go into our settings. They could tweak it and make it look really close. I mean, it is pretty close already, but someone could make it look a lot closer with little tweaks. On here, it has his name is here. This isn't really a sort of a design thing that we do because for the most part, I'm guessing this is because it's a blog post on whatever this platform is, and this is the author. For us, we just have the host does it all, and so it would be repetitive to put the name. As you can see, it's pretty close. We could probably dress up the join the email list to make it feel a little bit more, and we could just put the text to make it feel a little bit more what this is. But I think that overall, it came out really well. Let me see. So we go to the newsletter sign up. We can change the background color. We could customize this. Well, let's do it since we're right here. Let's see. We're going to go build a mailing list. I'm going to go to settings. Get unstuck for free. And what does he say here? Again, it won't look exactly the same, but it will feel a little bit better. All right, let's do that and hit save. And then let's just see where we are. Boop. All right, again, we could add flourishes and make it feel a little bit more like this, but it's pretty good. So anyway, I think it came out pretty well. So this is them side by side. You can see our featured episodes. We use the podcast artwork. So where they had this person's face, we just have the podcast artwork, which I actually think looks better, to be perfectly honest, but whatever. Anyway, this was a fun one. I think we did pretty well.